Alright, well, I am out for a walk, and I thought what I would do is test out some cameras. Now, what I'm recording on right now is my Google Pixel 2 XL, and there's going to be no external microphones on any of the cameras. That way you guys are going to get a true listen to how the audio sounds on all of them. Now, I'm going to be testing two cameras. I'm going to be testing the GoPro Hero 7 Black against the Akaso V50 Pro. And we are, of course, going to be adjusting them as best I can. And I'm going to try to keep all the adjustments pretty much spot on, exactly the same to each camera. And I'll get that sun behind me here. To have image stabilization as good as it possibly can, and I know the Akaso can record in 4K and have image stabilization, the GoPro can't, or at least it sucks in 4K. So we're going to be shooting everything in 2.7K with the exception, of course, of, you know, this camera right here, my phone. So when we come back, we're going to run head-to-head my GoPro Hero 7 Black and my Akaso V50 Pro. So don't go away. And as always, if you liked my video, don't forget to hit that like button and share my videos. It really helps me out. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, think about subscribing. And if you subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell icon. That way you get a notification of my videos as soon as I release them. Okay, so the first one out of the gate is going to be my GoPro Hero 7 Black. That is the one that we are shooting on right now. And you know, I wanted to get out and take a walk. And I thought, you know, while walking, why not make a video, some kind of tech video? And I thought, what would be a better video than doing a comparison of my two favorite action cameras right now, and that is the GoPro Hero 7 Black and my Akaso V50 Pro. And if you guys don't know by now, I really like my Akaso V50 Pro. So I'm gonna lay down some ground rules real quick. The Akaso, I did not bring my case for it, so I'm gonna have to hold that by hand. Now what's nice with the GoPro is I have this tripod set up that I've had way back with my GoPro Hero 5. And of course, everything on up till the GoPro Hero 8. Boo, GoPro. All works with the same accessories. So that's what makes it cool, at least from the GoPro Hero 5 all the way up to the GoPro Hero 7. And yes, guys, I know I said I would never own a GoPro Hero 8 Black, but you know, I think as soon as I can afford it, I'm gonna get one just so I can show you guys the difference. I've heard that it has outstanding video quality, and the image stabilization is by far the best in the industry. Man, there's a lot of cars today. Again, this is my GoPro Hero 7 Black. We are running 2.7K, 60 frames per second on this one, because if I can get some slow motion video, I want to get it. And in the Akaso V50 Pro, we're going to be running in 2.7K, 30 frames per second, because it doesn't have 60. Traffic is terrible. But this is the kind of image you can expect out of the GoPro Hero 7 Black. And of course, audio is, again, we are running just with the 3 inbuilt microphones on this camera. And one of the things that I've said in the past about the GoPro Hero 7 Black is, I can't hold it with my stroke side. Okay, and one of the things that I've said in the past about the GoPro Hero 7 Black is they really did a beautiful job with image stabilization, and the sound quality is just outstanding. But from what I hear, they really outdid that with the GoPro Hero 8. But if you all remember, I also told you that in the Akaso V50 Pro, that out of all of the cheap action cameras that I've had a chance to test, the Akaso really surprised the hell out of me with its audio quality. So we'll get to hear that as soon as we switch to that. So again, this is the GoPro Hero 7 Black, 2.7K, 60 frames per second. I'm going to do a spin and then I'll slow that down. Try to do that without falling. And I'm drinking my tea. Actually, I went back to brewed tea. So this is tea bags that I brewed down, add a little sugar, well, a lot of sugar. It's if you guys haven't tried southern sweet tea, as they call it, you're really missing out. All right, what do you say we go ahead and switch over to the Akaso V50 Pro? And I'll try to hold it without covering up any of the microphones on it. Okay, I switched over to the Akaso V50 Pro now. Again, I'm shooting in 2.7K, 30 frames per second. This does not have 60 frames per second in 2.7K, unlike the GoPro Hero 7 Black. So again, the only reason I'm shooting the GoPro Hero 7 Black in 2.7K, 60 frames per second, is so I could have slow motion. Now I am going to go ahead and do a loop like I did with the GoPro Hero 7 Black, and we'll try to slow it down, but it's not going to look good because, of course, this is 30 frames per second. Unlike the GoPro Hero 7 Black, which I was shooting in 60 frames per second. So, you guys are getting a good look at what it looks like in 2.7K. I had to redo this because I had the image stabilization shut off by accident. So I had to go ahead and turn it back on, reshoot this video, so you guys could see what it looks like with the image stabilization on, because this is the one thing, besides image quality and sound, of course, that I really just try to push home to all of you out there. You know, that the image quality on this and the image stabilization is such that if you can't afford to go out and get a GoPro, you know, I highly recommend getting an Akaso. And I'm hoping that this video that I put out will show many of you out there who are looking for a GoPro-like device but can't afford to purchase a GoPro. There are other options though. If you really do want a GoPro, you know, think about purchasing one used. And if you get a GoPro in the Hero 5, Hero 6, Hero 7 Black, they all are basically the same camera. So all the mounts and accessories all interchange between them. And the nice thing about them is you can actually replace the lens cover. So if you get scratched or you crack it or whatever, you can replace it. That is the main reason why I decided that I would not purchase a GoPro Hero 8 Black, was because they got rid of that. And I think that was one of the biggest mistakes that GoPro could have done. So again, back to the Akaso. Akaso makes several different brands besides the V50 Pro. I think they, and I can't remember, that's my stroke brand, guys, but they do have a more budget-friendly version of this camera, and then they have some higher branded versions of this camera. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the only one of the 4 different cameras they make, or 3 different cameras, that will actually take a microphone. I don't use the microphone, to be honest with you, because as long as the wind isn't blowing really hard, because right now the wind's blowing, but I bet you guys can't hear it, because the microphones on this thing are actually pretty dang good. Again, if you guys are on a budget, I mean, you can see what the image quality looks like right now. And you know, I've actually used this camera when it was really cloudy out to kind of give you guys an idea of what it looked like cloudy, but I also wanted to let you guys see what this thing looked like when it was nice and sunny out. Now, this isn't a perfect day. We do have some clouds out, but the sun is shining through, and to me, this is one of those days that I would say really makes this camera look good. So again, I think that if you are on a budget and you can't afford a GoPro, this is the camera to go with, at least for now. I haven't had the opportunity to test too many other action cameras, because remember guys, everything I purchase to make videos for you guys comes out of pocket, so it is what it is. I do have a couple cameras though that I am looking at. I'm looking at the E action camera, the one that goes to 4K 60 frames per second. I want to do a video on that one. There's a couple others out there that go up to 4K 60 and that has image stabilization built into it, and I do want to test those ones out. As a matter of fact, one of them actually uses a Sony sensor in it, the same sensor that Sony uses in its video cameras. But again, this is the video that you can expect out of the Akaso V50 Pro as a vlogging rig, and with the inbuilt microphones. I am not using external microphones right now. I'm just using the microphones built right into the camera. Now the wind is actually blowing pretty good. As a matter of fact, I'm hoping my hat doesn't blow off, so you might hear the wind now. But if you were just out at the beach or whatever and you wanted a vlogging camera, this is a nice camera. Now remember, big difference between this camera and the GoPro is the GoPro is actually waterproof, just the way it is, up to 30 feet. This camera, there's no waterproof at all unless you put it in its waterproof case. Now once you put it in its case, now you're looking at, I think it's 99 feet, something like that. So anyways, again, I just wanted to give you guys an idea of the video quality difference between the GoPro Hero 7 Black and the Akaso V50 Pro, which is quite affordable. Alright, well, I hope you all could see the difference between the two cameras. GoPro, I think, definitely has a little advantage in the image quality and probably image stabilization. I mean, it's double, and in some cases when they're brand new, triple the cost. So, but what I wanted to get across to all of you out there is, if you can't afford to get a GoPro camera, GoPro Hero 7, even the GoPro Hero 8, the Akaso V50 Pro is a very good choice for somebody starting out, somebody on a budget. It will do the job. So, I wanted to keep this video short and sweet. Basically, just let you guys see what the cameras can do. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up button in the bottom. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, think about subscribing. Don't forget to hit that notification bell icon. That way you guys get notified of any videos as soon as I release them. That's all I have. I will see you all on the next one.